mail call, and plus I bought another radio. Imagine that. Good Saturday afternoon to you, YouTube. It's 2:23 in the afternoon here in beautiful downtown Seymour, Indiana. I just got back from the mailbox. You never know what you're going to find when you go out to the mailbox, you know? And today was no exception. Actually, though I didn't know I was going to find this, it's another box. Yeah, I have the return address covered at the request of the sender. It is a package from Don over at Restore Radios. He was kind enough to offer something to me, and I accepted gratefully. And let me open it up and we'll see what it is. Alright, well, as you can see, the device in front of you, some of you that are regular viewers of Don's will probably recognize this. This is one of the prototypes from his signal tracer series, where he built a signal tracer in a pill bottle, and this is one of them. And when I told him in passing some of the emails we were sending that I was going to build this, I was getting the stuff together to build it, he said, well, how about if I just send you one of the later prototypes? And I said, well, send away, man, that's good. Yeah, and he did. So we're going to try this out, not right at the moment, but probably later on when I start playing with this high wave again. And so anywho, that's what we're doing and where we're at on that. Now I want to again thank you very much, Don, for sending this, and it is much appreciated. Even got a battery in it. Ain't they got it? That's good. So like I say, I wanted to play around with this mainly. You know, I've got the Heathkit T4, and I thought, you know, it's an awfully good what did I say, T4? Yeah, T4. I couldn't see the model number. Anyway, it's awfully good for what it is, and I thought, well, you know, I'd like to have something like this for a portable. In other words, you can take this anywhere you want. You want to trace some signal, you can trace some signal. That's all you need is this. Where the Heathkit, you got to plug it in, and you got to have the probe and all that stuff. So this is all contained, and I love it. Thank you again, Don, very much. All right, well, I thought I would go ahead and do this demonstration now while I had a chance. What I've done is I've got the signal tracer hooked up to the output of my phone, just to give you a demo of what it sounds like. I'm going to turn it on here. Decent volume. Hear the whoops, lost contact there. These daggone clip leads. I don't know why my hand's shaking. It is though. There it goes. Alright, like I said, there it is. Very nice. Thank you again, Don. This is perfect. And this is has a dual setting over here. Let me show you that if I can without messing this up again. The little on-off switch is in there. And here's the gain multiplier here. And so it's in the low position. So you switch it over to the other one. It's super high gain. And that's a neat feature. I remember when he was testing these, it was actually outdoing the Heathkit, I think. So I am very happy with that. That is a very nice signal tracer. So, all right, back to it. And for you guys that have not checked out Don's channel over there, Restore Radios, I'll put a link to it in a description, and he's just a wealth of knowledge on these restoring these radios. He's doing a Zenith right now. He's just did some work on the cabinet. I think he's got most of the electronics done, and it's just turned out beautiful. I mean, this is one of the reasons I don't do restoring too much, because I'm not that good at cabinet work, things like that. Now, I can do pretty good with the electronics, but anyway, a couple of other things. There's a piece of styrofoam that got away. A couple other things. I know you guys are thinking, another radio? Yes, I bought another radio. I'm going to flash a picture of it up on the screen so that you can see. I was just surfing on eBay. I do that sometimes, and I put in radio parts. That's what I put in, and just to see what comes up. Now, there's a lot of stuff that says, oh, estate buy, you know, vintage radio parts, and they want like $50 or $100 for them, and they're just stuff that you know, it's not, you really can't use because they're capacitors, things like that. They're old, and they're really not worth much. And I guess these people think, you know, because it's old, it's worth a lot. Anyway, once in a while you'll stumble on something, and I did. This was it was a vintage radio, but it wasn't a tube type, obviously. If you look at it, it says Fossil on it, Future Tone or something like that, I think it says. But the kicker, whatever you want to call about it, is this radio was offered for sale for $7 shipped, free shipping. And I thought, AM FM transistor radio, it's unique looking. I mean, it's not just your average AM FM. And I thought, man, that is a good buy. So I bought it. So I think it's out in California, so it'll be a while before it gets here, but still, I think it was a good buy. And there is something else I wanted to tell you, and let me think about that a second, because I've forgot what it was. All right, I'll go ahead and switch back to this camera. There was still something else, but one of the other things I did do was I bought the digital audio recorder. I did find one that I liked a lot, and I think it's called a Kimitech. I'll post a link or a picture of it. Now this is supposed to, I believe it's 8 gig. I think this is one I found, but this is supposed to have a microphone input. Naturally has the, as you can see on the picture, you've got the dual microphones. I think it will do everything I wanted it to do on my list. Bill, I had sent the link to Bill, and he said, yeah, it'd be okay, but it won't work for music. And I'm wondering why he said that, because this has a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 hertz. I don't know exactly what you have to record music, but I think that would work. Not that I was doing it. I had something specific in mind for this, and you'll see later on when I get it. I do want to find one of those jacks, an 1/8 inch stereo jack that will go into 2 mono jacks, so I can plug 2 mono microphones into it, and you know, that will come out stereo, obviously, but I want them spread out. You know, I don't want them, you know, like in a single microphone. That's to me worthless for stereo. But anyway, I want something like that, so I'm going to find one of those cables to do that. Now, a lot of people say you can't do that, but there's absolutely no reason, when you have 2 channels going into a device or whatever, that you can't use 2 microphones on it. Sorry, you just can't. I mean, it just has nothing to do with anything else. I'm not sure exactly why they say that, but it really has nothing. There's 2 separate channels. It's not like you're, you know, I don't know. But anyway, there's several. You know, they were advising to get some of these expensive. And I saw a lot of the expensive ones, and I'm thinking, well, maybe the musicians don't think they're so good or something. I don't know exactly what the deal is, but so I'm going to buy one of those. That's what I'm going to use, and get 2 cheap microphones, because what I have in mind, and it doesn't require just a couple of those little condenser microphones, really cheap ones, and Like I said, they don't even need to be stereo. This mono channel. So want to get that, and like I said, I've got something in mind I want to do for that. And there was absolutely something else, and I was hoping maybe if I talked about that, it would bring up the thing. But as you can see in the picture, this is a fairly decent one. It was $30 on Amazon. I think it should work. I was a little concerned about the voice activated recording, because I do not want one of those. That's to me a feature that's totally, there never would have, should have been. They don't work right. They never do, because they don't pick up the first few words of whatever's said, because it may start mid-sentence. That's when it starts recording. So unless you go attention, start recording, then you might get it. But like I said, I don't want that. That's not what I wanted. What I want is something that can be synced with a camera video. So that's that. If you had one of them to start and stop, you'd never get it. That's synced. That would be impossible. So anyway, this one should do that, and I did find out how to do it. The first time I looked at it, I could not find it. I looked and even asked a question online that nobody seemed to be able to answer it. But I have found the answer to that, so that's good. So I don't know when that'll be here. Like I said, it was through Amazon. It was one of those cases of another seller selling it and fulfilled by Amazon, which means I got the free shipping at least. So bought that. I was gonna buy one of those Bauer sanders at Harbor Freight today, and I planned on doing that, and then I got to thinking, those things will be on sale again. I'm just not in a hurry. I just bought that Drill Master, which is the same exact thing, except for it's not Bauer, but I think they're the same thing actually. I think Harbor Freight got a bad name with the Drill Master brand, and they just changed their brand name or something like that, because it looks almost identical. So anyway, that's that. I think that's about it. You guys, if ever think of it, I'm gonna write it down, because I know there's 2 or 3 videos I've done here lately that I forgot to mention that, and I keep wanting to mention it. So it'll turn up one of these days, I guess. Probably not a big deal to anybody. I don't know. So you guys have a pleasant day. I'm going to make this video and relax the rest of the day. I don't have any plans. Kylie is working again, and nobody said anything about picking her up this evening, so I will probably not do that. And I think she's off school Monday because of Labor Day. So you guys have a pleasant day, pleasant Labor Day weekend, if I haven't said that. And I wish you well, and thanks for watching, and we will see you. I'm trying to get that right. It's hard to do that when you're moving over like this. Boom, like that. Hard to do it.